So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a play fake, and it's gone. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Fighting his way through contact. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 31 yards there and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And
he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jared Goff, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And he spoke very eloquently and passionately on media day about what a victory here would mean for him. He knows this just isn't any other game. This is the kind of game that stays with you for a lifetime. If there's anyone on this field tonight who's most ready for this moment, I think it's this man right here.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Young from the shotgun. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. That would hit right at the 9, but he couldn't get it to check up. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Gibbs straight ahead. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Going up the gut, Montgomery. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
He gets away from one. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Young to throw it.
Got his man. It's Jonathan Mingo.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And the throw there by Young, caught by Thielen.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A give running right. It's Hubbard.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Young now.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Goff in this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 43.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
115 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this.
14-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs,
his second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Lions continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd-and-1, here's Young.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. And while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Now gone. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal. That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Lions are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0 Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them, so I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Young on 3rd and 2. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. I'm not even going to try to unpack that one.
Good move. Let's just leave that one alone, shall we?
Cat's got our tongue here in the booth. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Oh, my goodness. Now that is going to be out of bounds on the free kick. And that's a big mistake. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Young now from the 50. Dancing to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Young. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Young. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
Fights loose. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Boy, 175 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
58 yards.
And the Lions are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Young will set to throw. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. Taken down at the 42.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So nothing doing there, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Throwing, Young. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. It'll be Young again.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Young. And this one is incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And Young's throw there incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's 2nd and 7.
To throw is Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A gain there of 21 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it to about the 26 here.
So it's halftime here on Sport.
One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter.
And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half. First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
That stop made by Jack Campbell.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
This is taken at the 18. Gets past one man. A good return there, 17 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their 35-yard line.
They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
Hand off now to Gibbs.
Powering his way forward. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
205 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
With a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight.
And the Lions have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. John Kaminsky got him down defensively.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Here is Young. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the 1st down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A quarterback draw. Here's Young.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're...
There he goes, left side.
Now he's into the clear again.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
43 yards.
And the Lions get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Second down, Young. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
They'll toss this right side to Hubbard.
There he goes right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
From the red zone now, Young. Buying time to his left.
Oh, Young loses it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Lions are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit.
David Montgomery, 95 yards. And the Lions continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
David Montgomery,
his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Panthers about ready to take over. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got. Oh, Young loses it.
And this is scooped up and into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Badgley on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And, Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go.
Yeah, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And the Panthers coming out now. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Young. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He'll return it from the 6.
Raymond now on the return.
Whoa! It still won't go down. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
I think you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to the end zone real fast.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It was Troy Hill that time in on the tackle.
2nd and 6. They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Here's Goff. Forced out to his left. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jared Goff taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Lions have got it on cruise control.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw on second down is Young.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Now here's Young. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now.
I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock.
Oh,
Still going. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
Oh, nice move. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10 from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That good for 22 and a first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
Montgomery. Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because...
You're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And the Lions, yes, the Detroit Lions have won the Super Bowl.